Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Caffè alla Juventinità, and today we have a lot of news to cover. So, if you do catch this before the game, it'll definitely mean that I got it out in time. If not, then it'll definitely be after the Barcelona game. So let's get into it right away. Juve is going to have to score 3 goals and beat Barcelona by 2+ goals at the Camp Nou in order to finish the group winners, as reported by Adriano Del Monte. Cristiano against Torino was his first time that he didn't score a goal or provide an assist under Pirlo, which is quite phenomenal if you actually think of that stat. Even though it is kind of saying that he didn't pick up any points, but still, I mean, every other game getting at least an assist, that's unbelievable. Juan Cuadrado, even though he's come under some harsh criticism, has created most big chances for Juventus in Champions League and Serie A with 7. Most key passes with 31. He also has 7 assists. Take that with a grain of salt. Pinsolio was sent off because he sarcastically told the ref, rule this goal out as well, referring to the Bonucci or the Cuadrado first goal that was ruled offside because of Bonucci's supposed obstruction. Take that with what you will, if that's what he actually said. De Ligt could reportedly be rested against Barcelona today. Morata will most likely return. Dembele is going to miss the game against Juve, reported by Tuttosport. Napoli still beating on about this 3-0 win. They want to play the game on January 13th. That was in La Repubblica. I don't see that changing as of yet. The appeal was lost. The judgment was done. Let's move on from that. Cuadrado's obviously was a big part of the game in Torino, obviously. Just some of the ratings: Gazzetta dello Sport 7.5, Corriere dello Sport 8, Tuttosport 7, Corriere della Sera 7. And we're the man of the match probably for all of those. Juventus' training session at the Continassa ahead of Barcelona clash. Chiellini and Demiral are out. Buffon okay. Another injury for Sami Khedira, shocker. However, he's not part of the UCL squad. Well, I don't even know why that's being put in. We need this guy transferred out, and now that looks all set to be null and void, unless it's a little nagging injury. But we'll keep you guys updated on that one. Artur McKennie should start in midfield against Barcelona, according to Sport Mediaset. Aaron Ramsey also to return to the starting lineup against Barcelona as trequartista. Mino Raiola obviously telling Tuttosport, as you all probably know by now, I can say that it's over for Paul Pogba at United. And also saying Juve should have done all theirs to sign Ibrahimovic last summer. Talking about Juventus, yes, Paul Pogba can come back to Juventus. He's not happy in Manchester United. Guys, let's wait and see. I want you to drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know, should we bring back Pogba? Should we bring Locatelli? Or give me your thoughts below. And please, obviously, smash a like, smash a subscribe. And again, let me know, do you think Paul Pogba should come? Me personally, I think he should. I don't think it should be at the expense of Dybala. But I think if we could get rid of Bernardeschi and Ramsey, and possibly Khedira as well, that frees up a little bit of space for the contract. And again, it'll be on a reduced fee. I don't see it being anywhere higher than 40, 50 million, maybe less. So let's see, maybe we can throw a player back and possibly pick him up. I still think he's worth it. I still think he's got the talent. And I still think he has the the ability to come and make a difference for us. So I don't think his career is over. So let's see what happens. There's still a long way to go till the end of that transfer market and possibly into next summer, because they did Man United have accepted that extension for 2022. Also, speaking of 2022, Paulo Dybala and his future, his contract expires in June of 2022. So there's 2 options: either renew his contract or sell probably by next summer. That's reported by, that's talked about Fabrizio Romano. Negotiations have been underway for more than 10 months, but the 2 sides have not been able to reach an agreement. As we all know, as we all have been talking about, Dybala is no longer viewed as an essential because Morata has established himself. That'll be interesting. if things change and if a deal isn't sorted with Ronaldo. But those are just my tidbits into there. As the first choice starter for manager, Andrea Pirlo, alongside Cristiano. With Dybala's playing time in flux, Juventus must satisfy Paulo Dybala's contract demands or say goodbye next summer. So lots to keep an eye on. Delict probably going to get rested, according to Romeo Agresti. Um, and just to quote, Delict could be rested tomorrow. He has played 5 consecutive games since returning. He must be tired. That's from Pirlo's mouth. Juventus are thinking about Cristiano Ronaldo's contract extension, although it won't be easy, according to Tutto Juve. There's a concrete possibility for the return of Pogba again on Tutto Sport. Bianconeri looking to lock up McKennie, and that happening by next summer for 18.5 million euros, stated on juvelive.it. Paratici, there's a statement from the club that makes my position very clear. I have nothing to add. I am very calm. Just talking about that situation, and as well, it was almost like he had a conversation with the Minister of Infrastructure, or you have a statement from the Minister of Infrastructure, which I'm assuming is how they thought he was trying to infiltrate the system. But anyways, he says, Di Michele says, I received a call from Paratici, whom I have known for many years, who asked me for information that has nothing to do with the language exam. He informed me that Suarez had made it part of the online citizen application, to which was not completed for unknown reasons. He asked me how to complete it. Since I am not an expert, we felt it was better to contact those who deal with those issues. So again, very premature, but doesn't seem like there's really anything there. Ousmane Dembele, like I said, will miss the game, as well as Piqué, Ansu Fati, and Sergio Roberto. So kind of some big losses according to Corriere dello Sport. Artur and Rabiot favorites to start again, like I said. Ramsey is the trequartista. As we keep rattling these off, Sandro could also play instead of Danilo on the left. And again, some situations reported by IS, Gazzetta dello Sport, Corriere dello Sport, um, in regards to Dybala. If Lionel Messi does not arrive, then PSG's plan B would be Paulo Dybala. The Argentine striker's contract is expiring with Juventus in 2022, as we all know. Dybala wants a new contract, but Juve are struggling to meet his 15 million a season. PSG want Dybala. If they don't sign Messi, La Gioia's contract, as we know, again, doesn't. They can't, obviously Juve can't meet his demands, but PSG are willing to give him the 15 million, according to Gazzetta dello Sport. Also, 6 Premier League teams are interested, which I'm not surprised at all. Everybody's kind of shocked. Oh, why would there be an interest? Would there be a market? Yeah, because now all of a sudden now we're on a reduced fee, and he's not going to be fetching the amount of money that we're looking for. So Man U's in, Liverpool's in, Chelsea's in, Tottenham, Man City, Arsenal. I'm sure they'd all love to have Dybala on their squad. And again, that just shows you how just the interest alone shows you how key this guy is going to be for us. And I think it would be a massive mistake to let him go. But again, it's trending towards that. PSG are also interested, but only if Mbappe leaves. That was according to Corriere dello Sport. Raimondi on Sport Media said Barcelona want Dybala and offer Coutinho. Again, similar size player. I don't see that him making that much of a difference. There's no point in getting rid of Dybala if you want to bring Coutinho, in my opinion. And we move on. Similar statement from Fabrizio Romano. Lastly, in the news, obviously the 2022 World Cup European qualification bracket was filled out, or group stage was filled out. Obviously, Italia landed in Group C with Switzerland, Northern Ireland, Bulgaria, Lithuania. I think it's a pretty decent group. I would say a walk in the park. Switzerland will be a tough test, though. Northern Ireland as well. But Bulgaria and Lithuania, as we all know, Ronaldo was banging in a couple goals there, so that should be no issue. But anyways, yeah, I think a pretty straightforward group. I think if Italy shows up in the Euros this year and puts in a really solid performance, whether that's hopefully a win, but even a good solid performance to get us back to where we belong, I think it lines us up for 2022 and a really big year, really big tournament for us, and a possibility of adding the 5th star. So let's see what happens. Still a long ways away, and I'm really looking forward to these games, as well as as the tournament next year, and we're going to get a lot of coverage of that as well here on Juventinità. Let's get into I didn't really mention my three up, three down in the last Torino video with Dean. So for me, it was quite simple. Bentancur, Kulusevski, and Dybala as the three down. Three up, Chiesa, Delict, and Cuadrado. Now, again, with Dybala being in that lower category, I still think he had a decent game. He's trending up, I would say. And I saw some good movements. I saw, which was apparently not good enough for Louis Caruso. So, I mean, whoever the fuck that is. But anyways, I heard he's stalking some people. But anyways, we move on. Let's look at Pirlo's match comments. Again, I didn't really touch on that with Dean. Um, it's more exhausting as a player talking about the derby, very different as a coach, but feeling a victory is the same. When you lose every challenge, it becomes difficult to control the game. We were too static. We never filled the box when we did manage to find some width to put across and it's difficult against a five-man defense. Very true. But we didn't really, we weren't really pushing in that middle of the park. We remembered after the break that the Juventus DNA, and apparently there was a big kind of shake-up by Bonucci. I'll believe that when I don't see us losing in a final that really we have every business to be in. We remembered after the break and actually give me your thoughts on that Bonucci shakeup. Do you believe it was real? Do you think it's a bunch of horse shit? Let me hear that in the comments. Obviously, not everyone can always give on 100%, but those who came on provided determination, dynamism, and attacking spirit, which won us the game. We remembered after the break that the Juventus DNA is to put in heart and sacrifice. Once you pin Toto back into their own half, it becomes easier to get the breakthrough. Yes and no. I mean, I think Torino is more willing to sit back than us, put them and pin them back. I think they were just willing to take on pressure, but that's my take. When opposition teams climb up and very, very organized, you have to keep moving the ball to create the spaces, and stretch them out. We didn't do that in the first half. We did after the break. If we lack heart, we don't move it as quickly either. And it all comes together. Sometimes it's not simple to find a breakthrough just by creating clean passing moves. You have to fight. That's true, but I mean, I don't think we really tested the middle of the park, which really would have opened them up to then put the ball out wide. It just became we kind of did a couple movements in the middle of the park. Torino knew that we weren't going to be coming through there for the most part and locked it down. And then it just became putting crosses in, which again, after sitting for 90 minutes, you're gonna give up some chances. You're gonna make some mistakes. It's true. So again, more of an out talent in out. Not out sit, but almost out tire the team. Just basically just keep barraging them, and they made a lot of key mistakes. Torino did. When you can't style your way through. You have to find other ways with the ball quickly. Very similar things he was saying in his press conference. Very prim and proper. But let's look obviously at the Barca Juve presser. Bonucci saying we must have the same attitude in the second half of the derby, aggression and desire to win. It could be the beginning of a new path. The Champions League is a competition of the biggest clubs. It will be a tough game, but we know that with our qualities and our values, we can hurt Barcelona. The first leg was a question of centimeters. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. Barcelona could have scored 3-4 goals. Yes, we did have the offsides of Morata, but Barcelona punished us multiple times on the counterattack and could have buried us for 3, 4, 5, 6 goals. Again, it was horrendous the performance that we put in, and not of centimeters, as Bonucci says. I get trying to minimize it, but call a spade a spade. Tomorrow evening, there are all the ingredients for a great match. A positive result will greatly help the team's growth. Two of the best players in the history of football will meet. It's very nice to be a part of it. How do we stop Messi? With great teamwork, we want to enhance the qualities of our alien Cristiano. Against Torino in the second half, the same things that made the difference at Juventus over the years we're seeing. Yeah, sure. Whatever you want to say, buddy. Pirlo, obviously Buffon is fine and could play. He deserves this kind of stage. I don't believe in the crisis of Barcelona. They are a great team. We know we'll have to suffer, but we are calm and aware of our mistakes in the first game. I hope so. Aaron Ramsey is better. He's an even smarter player than I thought, and he can certainly be useful. This match is important, but what we put in on the pitch is even more. I would agree with that for sure. I know it's not over. It's not guaranteed. It is not going to be easy, but at least put out a good performance, and I think all the fans will be happy with that, in my opinion. Compared to the first game, we need to improve the non-possession phase, be closer to the midfield and defensive lines. Obviously, that's so obvious, but we haven't seen an improvement in that. In the derby, we had a completely different attitude between the first and second half, winning all the duels. I don't know about that. This is the attitude that is part of Juve's DNA and never been missing. Again, very calm, collected answers. I'm very satisfied with Rabiot. He has grown a lot and is a good guy as well as a hard worker. You must bear in mind that he's only at 70% of his potential. Ronald Koeman is right. It would be wrong to say he was better between Messi and Cristiano. They're two phenomenons that put on spectacles for millions of fans. We just have to thank them. It's a period at which I would agree. Just enjoy the moment. Stop with this bullshit infighting online. It's just ridiculous. Um, and let's enjoy a great game, guys. It's a period where many great players struggle. It's normal. The great players have had little time to rest and were immediately busy with their national teams. Everything will be more normal after Christmas. If Cristiano's in good form, it means that he's in the right place at the right time, and we are good at giving him the ball. So yes, you Ronaldo fans, we are good at giving him the ball because he doesn't have to work for it. But that's just my opinion. And anyways, we got some interesting. Well, we have one question. Please, guys, keep dropping those questions as many times as you can. I know we have a lot of content and a lot of videos, so it's tough to come up with questions all the time. But it definitely keeps us going. And yeah, let's get in the last question here. Can we see a Bernardeschi Griezmann swap? I don't know if they'd be willing to give up Griezmann for Bernardeschi. I think that's a tough ask. Um, I'm just not sure. And then his wages, that's going to be another difficult ask. I didn't mind. I loved Griezmann at Atletico Madrid. I thought he was a brilliant player, but I don't see us being able to afford him. And again, I don't see Barcelona taking Bernardeschi. That's for fucking sure. So that's my thoughts on that. I appreciate the question, Nilesh. As always, you're just so great supporting me all the time. Such great edits and all that. So thank you for that. Thank you guys as always. Again, this is probably going to come out after the game, but that's not a big deal. We move on. We move forward. And as always, fino alla fine. Let's go. Let's get that W at least to end off on a positive note. Get some confidence. Put some wins together and build that momentum up so that we can keep getting W's for the rest of this month and into next year, and hopefully put up a good run to the end of the season, and eventually win that 10th Scudetto, and let's see where we can go in champions. So, as always, guys, fino alla fine, Forza Juventus, ciao ciao.